Alright, hello everybody. This is my little slideshow on palms in Raleigh, North Carolina. You'll see this picture later on and I'll explain where it was taken and things of that nature. But I went to Raleigh last fall for the IBMA Bluegrass thing, the big Bluegrass Music Association where people come from all over the world and play music. As music is one of my huge interests, but I also am interested in palms. So thought, well, I'm in the South, maybe there'll be some palms. And I did some research, looked up a few places, and visited them. So, interestingly enough, the best palm or surprising palm I saw there was this Sabal Palmetto palm in a private-owned yard, in fact, on a street. And last winter wasn't very good for North Carolina for palms, certain palms in certain areas. But this palm, this is in September of 2018. It didn't look that bad. It honestly looked nice. And here's another little picture of it, or just two pictures of the same one. And I was impressed. Looked at street view. It's been there about 5 years, and it's seeding. And I looked around the base for any seeds that sprouted. There weren't any, but it is seeding, and really cool find for the area. Apparently, there's a few other palmettos in the area, but I didn't get the chance to check them out. Now, right down a few blocks away from here, there was a little windmill palm, Trachycarpus fortunei, native to China. Now, back to the palmetto. Sabal Palmetto is native to America, and in fact is native to the very southernmost portion, Bald Head Island of North Carolina, and is quite popular across the coastal areas of the state. But I'm surprised I found it this far inland, this one here. But it is native to the state, technically. Alright, anyway, the windmill palm is native to Asia, China and the mountains, and is very cold hardy. Probably around 5 to 6 degrees hardier than the palmetto. And this is a small one. This is probably like 4 foot tall total with the leaves and everything. Also, in the same area, I happened to find a cactus next to the windmill palm, and this interesting trunking yucca plant. Also, this looks to be naturalized Sabal Minor palm, which is related to the palmetto, but is actually much hardier because it stays small, never gets a full-blown trunk unless it's like 100 years old. And it has a subterminal bud, which means that it's actually under the ground. Unlike the regular palmetto, which is above the ground, so it's more susceptible to freeze damage. It's hard to do about maybe 5 degrees. This one was seeding, and I have a feeling it was naturalized because it looks very badly maintained, and it was growing at the side of a wall. Another picture of the Sable Minor. Also, a few seeds had sprouted. This one was pretty big, and I could definitely tell it was from the plant. They called them volunteers. Also, near that area, there was this interesting blue agave plant. I've seen these in Florida, but I didn't know they were hardy at all. More Sable Minor in a little park with a statue. They were a fireman statue. There were a few of these planted around. These are much younger and look to be planted. Some of them are seeding, though. See those stalks around here? Those are seeding. Those are the seed stalks, and they'll be having seeds eventually. But cool find. Also, more Sable Minor. These ones are a bit bigger. These were near the Science Museum in Raleigh. And here's a close-up on how big these leaves were. These look like to be planted, too. But then, of course, came one of the coolest finds. On the way, actually, to this find, I saw these palms. But then it was the Mulino Italian restaurant and bar. They had a bunch of windmill palms planted out front. Big windmills. Here's 2 of them. Notice how this one here is very robust and big leaves. This one also I really like the look of. And a lot of them seem to have smaller canopies, smaller leaves. But still, really cool find for this area. And according to Street View, these have been here for a while. At least 10 years. Here's another picture of them. And then on the way back from that, I did happen to see this on the way back to the convention center, to IBMA. I did see these look to be naturalized trunking yucca plants. Pretty cool find. Well, anyway, that's the end of my video. Hope you all enjoyed. I noticed there's a lack of videos. I know this isn't exactly like a live video or anything, but there's a lack of videos on Raleigh palms, so I thought it was needed. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed.